Imagine holding a small piece of American history right in the palm of your hand, a coin that's passed through decades, witnessed economic shifts, and continues to circulate today. The 1971 Washington quarter dollar is more than just 25 cents. It's a blend of legacy, symbolism, and numismatic value that has collectors and history lovers constantly intrigued. In this video, we're diving deep into the captivating story, design details, minting variations, and current market value of the 1971 Washington quarter. So let's explore how this seemingly ordinary coin holds hidden treasures you might never expect. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. It was designed by sculptor John Flanagan, and his design remained largely unchanged for decades, including the 1971 release. What makes the 1971 Washington quarter stand out is the context in which it was minted. It was produced in the post-silver era and marks one of the early years of the copper-nickel clad coins. By 1971, the U.S. Mint had already shifted away from using 90% silver in quarters. This change, which started in 1965, was due to rising silver prices that made it economically impractical to continue minting circulating coins with precious metals. As a result, the 1971 quarter is made of a copper-nickel clad composition, a pure copper core sandwiched between layers of copper-nickel alloy. This metallic shift is important because it changed the way people viewed coins. Silver coins began disappearing from circulation, hoarded for their metal content, while newer coins like the 1971 quarter became everyday currency. Now, let's talk about the design elements that make the 1971 Washington quarter instantly recognizable. On the obverse, or front, of the coin, we see a profile portrait of George Washington facing left. The word Liberty arches above his head, and just below his chin appears the phrase, "In God We Trust." Beneath his neckline, we see the year of minting, 1971, stamped in bold. This design is iconic, not just for its simplicity, but because it's remained a central feature of American coinage for decades. Flip the coin over to its reverse, and you'll notice a powerful eagle, wings spread wide, perched on a bundle of arrows with two olive branches below. This image, also designed by John Flanagan, symbolizes strength and peace, two values that are deeply woven into American identity. The words, United States of America, form a semicircle above the eagle, while the denomination, quarter dollar, is written below. And right above the eagle's head, you'll find the Latin phrase, e pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one. When it comes to mint marks, the 1971 Washington quarter was struck at two locations, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint do not bear a mint mark, while those from Denver feature a small D to the right of Washington's ponytail. Notably, there were no quarters minted at the San Francisco Mint for circulation in 1971, though proof sets were produced there. Let's move into mintage numbers. The U.S. Mint produced over 258 million quarters at the Philadelphia Mint and nearly 258 million at the Denver Mint in 1971. That's a huge number, which means that finding one today in average circulated condition isn't rare. However, the real value lies in quality and condition. A well-preserved 1971 Washington quarter in uncirculated or mint state condition can be far more desirable to collectors, especially those graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. So, how much is a 1971 Washington quarter worth today? In circulated condition, these coins typically hold face value, just 25 cents. But if you happen to have a 1971 quarter in mint state, MS 60 and above, its value increases significantly. As of now, a 1971 quarter graded MS 65 can fetch between $10 to $25. Coins graded even higher, like MS 67, can go for over $100 due to their rarity in such pristine condition. The Denver Mint version tends to carry similar values, but if you come across one with a full strike, minimal contact marks, and vibrant luster, it's definitely a keeper. But that's not all. Some 1971 Washington quarters have become valuable due to striking errors and variations. These errors are highly sought after by collectors because they're uncommon and often unique. Look out for coins with off-center strikes, double die obverse, where some letters appear slightly doubled, or planchet errors where the metal blank was improperly prepared. A major double die error on the obverse, for example, could increase a coin's value dramatically, sometimes reaching hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the severity and visibility of the error. Another interesting point is that the 1971 Washington quarter marks a time before the U.S. Mint began refining their quality control in the 1980s. This means coins from the early 1970s are more likely to have minor flaws or strike issues, which can become focal points for collectors who specialize in error coins. So how can you tell if your 1971 quarter is worth more than face value? Start by examining its condition. Use a magnifying glass to check for sharp details, a strong strike, and minimal wear. Look at the mint mark if it has one, especially if it's well centered and clearly defined.